How y'all doing? We coming to you live and direct right here from the High Point Mobile Estates here in beautiful Vinemont, Alabama, on the outskirts of Coleman. Here on this Wednesday evening for another edition of the Whitey Jenkins Show. I, of course, am your host, Whitey Jenkins, and we got a good show lined up for you here, and we're fixing to get ready to talk to the soon-to-be, I reckon, former EPW Announcer Joey Gross. Last week, when I had Mr. Justin Klein on here, we weren't able to see any of the comments. I'm hoping we'll be able to see the comments during the show tonight. So far, nothing has shown up, but we shall see. But right now, without any further ado, let's bring on the guest of the evening. Here he is, Mr. Joey Gross. How you doing, Mr. Gross?
Well, I'm doing good on here against my better judgment, I guess I could say. But I'm doing fine tonight. I appreciate the invite. I just want to clear the air on a few things.
Well, old producer Smokey can be pretty persuasive, and he managed to talk you into coming on. And in spite of everything, I appreciate you coming on here and taking the time for us to discuss the issues at hand. Like I said, I was hoping we'd be able to get comments from the viewers, but right now either nobody has commented or there's not any. But say last week when I had my good friend Mr. Justin Klein on, we thought hadn't nobody commented, and then after the show we turned it off and there's like 60 comments that we couldn't see. So I don't know. I'm gonna check on the telephone here, but tell us a little bit before we get down to the meat and taters of this interview. About what's going on, about the petition, and you making these false accusations that I'm Gene Jackson, which is just freaking absurd anyway. Tell us a little bit about your background, about how you got into wrestling.
Well, started out as a kid. I always went to the Memphis guys shows all the way around the area. And then I started seeing this show in Boonville when I moved over here, EPW. So I was a huge fan. And I mean, for years and years and years, I supported EPW. And then one night they didn't have an announcer. Just right off the bat, they brought me in from the crowd, and invited me to come out and, announce. And, that's been going on for a long time now. 5, 6, 7 years, announcing, something like that. Been a fan all my life. And, there's no better show in Mississippi than EPW here in Boonville. And, that's why that I grew into, put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears myself in there. And I mean that literally, too. But I got a question for you real quick, Whitey, if it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead on.
I just want to know why Whitey Jenkins, Hollywood Jimmy, Justin Klein, and even Gene Jackson, who you say you're not, why have y'all got this petition going around to try to get me fired from EPW?
I mean, I can't speak for the other two, but me personally, it's your biased announcing. Saturday night, you were speaking very ill of my guys, the Violent Gentlemen, who came all the way from Alabama to show EPW what some real wrestlers look like. And you were running them down, and you were rooting on the Memphis Muscleheads while they were wrestling them in there. And then you going on television, Joey, right there on WTVA and the YouTubes and everywhere that it shows, and you telling people that I'm Gene Jackson, and clearly I ain't Gene Jackson. I don't know where you got that from. I don't know why anybody would say that, but clearly I'm not. And you're spreading rumors and innuendo and all kinds of lies, and that's why you got to be fired, man. You can't just be spreading lies. You're in a position where a lot of people listen to you, they trust you, they believe you, and you're spreading lies and propaganda, and it's not cool, man.
Well, to start out with, y'all out there whenever you come out here to the announce table, y'all run the great fans of EPW down each night that you're out there, and they're their greatest fans in the wrestling business. And to start out with, I still thank you, Gene Jackson, but we're going to get off that subject right now.
You got about one more time to say that. I'm going to cut you off because you're just spreading lies. You can't just say things that ain't true like that.
Okay, lies on this petition that Justin Klein got. You got Alice Cooper, Bret Hart,
yeah,
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of attention this has drawn. That's the kind of powerful people that don't like you.
and a dead man signed a petition. I think it's Gordon Sully.
Yeah, Gordon. So see, the fact that you can't say Gordon Soley's name proves you shouldn't be doing wrestling announcing. Number one. Number two, he feels so strongly about what a bad name you're giving the wrestling announcers. He has come back from the grave. Zombie Gordon Soley has come back to sign this petition because he feels like you're killing wrestling announcing for everybody.
Well, that was just a Southern draw. Everybody knows Gordon Soley, okay? Let me say one thing, and and throughout my years of announcing, they've tried to, the Hollywood cliques tried to take me out. Pure Destruction, Mason-Dixon Line, and there's been several folks try to take me out physically, but I'm still sitting behind that announce table each and every Saturday night for the great fans of EPW.
Well, that's all well and good, but then where you messed up is when you got crossways with Whitey Jenkins. Because, see, I made things happen. Because you notice in them comments, Jimmy Blaylock's, well, man, somebody should start a petition. Well, guess who started the petition? Me, Whitey Jenkins. You done messed with the wrong one, son.
Well, I wouldn't have run you violent gentlemen down the other night if they wouldn't have jumped the Memphis muscle from behind.
They can't help that them guys just happen to have their back to them when they come out there to talk to them. Them guys was disrespecting them. They had their back turned like, oh, we ain't worried about the violent gentleman. So they got jumped. Big deal. They so big and bad it shouldn't matter. They so tough. They got all them muscles. We know how they got them muscles. They ain't scaring nobody.
And then y'all sit out there and run down the true American Trace Lee Hunt, which is one of the greatest EPW champions. The people love this man. He loves America. He's a fighting champion. He defends his title each and every Saturday night. But y'all steadily behind the announce table running him down.
Well, he stole the title from K-Swiss. I mean, everybody knows the greatest EPW champion of all time is the great K-Swiss. And he's going to remedy that coming up this weekend at the Halloween show. But we ain't got there quite yet. We're going to talk about it. But don't dare say that Trace Lee Hunt is the greatest EPW champion of all time when he ain't K-Swiss, because that's the greatest EPW champion of all time. Even them morons that come to the building at EPW every Saturday night's got to agree with that. Numbers don't lie. His statistics blow Trace Hunt's away.
Well, I said one of the greatest. Trace Hunt was a good champion, but now Trace Hunt's not the champion.
Did you mean K-Swiss? Because you just said Trace Hunt was a good champion, and now he's not the champion. That's what you're going to be saying come Sunday morning.
Look, Trace Hunt is the true champion. He is the champion, and K-Swiss was a good champion, but K-Swiss is no longer a champion. It's
Till Saturday night.
That up.
Well, let's just talk about it. You keep bringing it up. Let me get, folks. We can't see the comments. I apologize. I'm gonna have to get producer Smokey's going to have to get on these StreamYard people's ass because we still ain't seeing your comments. So I'm sure y'all are all on there right now saying how you agree that Joey Gross needs to be fired and you're going to sign a petition and that K-Swiss is the greatest champion of all time. I'm sorry that y'all can't get in the comments and say that, but, it is what it is. Boom, there it is right there. Spin the wheel, make the deal. Trace Hunt defends against K-Swiss this Saturday night, October 30th, the night before Halloween. They're going to have free candy for the little freeloaders there. They're going to have costume contest. Is that right?
That's right.
So they can dress up, like their favorite wrestlers. So you're going to have 100 kids dressed like K-Swiss or Jimmy Blaylock or Justin Klein, or maybe even they'll pair up together and then they'll dress up like the tag team champions if they're smart.
Well, I was going to say something. You made me. Oh yeah, that's a fan strap match. You remember that? K-Swiss and get out of it, and Justin Klein, but it's going to be a
allegedly. Neil Taylor's trying to push his agenda to make that a fan strap match, but Justin's done told me him and K-Swiss are getting injunctions and all sorts of legal wrangling. I ain't smart enough to comprehend, but they said no. They said by Saturday night it ain't gonna be no fan strap match. So don't be spreading those propagandas out there like that.
Well, Neil Taylor is in charge, and he said it's going to happen, so it'll happen.
I'll believe it when I see it. But so tell us a little bit before we go further in that about this costume contest. Now, I just want to say to all the little cheerings out there, for the poor little saps that look up to them Memphis muscleheads, don't be taking no steroids this week trying to look like them for the costume contest. Dress up like a real wrestler. Dress up like the Violent Gentleman, or like Justin, get you a sweater, around your neck, or K-Swiss. But don't be trying to look like the Memphis Muscles, because it's not going to turn out well for you.
Right. They're going to be age, 8 different age groups up to adults that got a chance to win a prize. And the fans that do the judging, whoever gets the loudest applaud, be your winner. It's been going on for several years now, and it's a great thing to get the kids involved. And like you said, candy, just whatever, So the kids will have a great time. The parents will have a great time, and everybody can dress up and enjoy the show also.
Now, why we can't pull the comments up on the screen like we normally would, I am able to get into on my phone, pull up some comments. So we're going to read a few of these off right here. I hadn't pre-read them, so forgive me if it's anything stupid. Mike Thrasher says, I'm here. What's up? What's up, Mike? Referee. Tony Mark Bryson Jr. says, EPW has a swarm of great talent. And that's true. But then they got a lot of bums like, Trace Hunt and, the Puke It Up boys and all them goofs. Dakota Riley says, give Whitey a case of beer and pay his light bill that's 10 days past due, and he might take the petition down. Look here, Dakota Riley, you don't want to get cross with me, boy. I mean, I'm willing to listen to any offers. If you want to try to bribe me into taking the petition down, we can talk after we go off the air. But I don't like the what he's insinuating there. Mike Thick says, Joey sucks. So I agree. Good call, Mike.
Who?
Mike Thick. You don't know who that is?
Michael Vick?
Mike Thick. Thick. Thick.
I know what
like your neck.
All right, Whitey.
All right. So now, Tony Mark Bryson Jr. says, Whitey Jenkins is a bigger deal than Steve Wilkos. Whitey doesn't get the credit he deserves. Amen. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Terrell, the Dirty One Moore, says, Whitey Jenkins, you need to dress up as Gene Jackson for Halloween. Well, I would have to, because that'd be the only way I'd look like Gene Jackson, because we're nothing alike.
That'd be too, though.
Gene Jackson's fat, and I'm not. So, I mean, what. Nathan Gilchrist says, Joey's just going to be there because of the food. And Mike Thrasher says, don't forget the start time is 7:30. That's right. That's a new start time for all the EPWs, right? Joey, I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, 7:30 each and every Saturday night now. And let me go back to this Nathan Gilchrist, which is my announce partner. Or, y'all got this kid all messed up and on the wrong side. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get an announce partner because of y'all's mouth, yours and Hollywood's and Gene Jackson, who I still thank you, Gene Jackson. But anyway, all that stuff.
I don't know why you keep saying it. Gene Jackson's bald headed. I got a head of luxurious hair right here, for one thing. And we were both there Saturday night. We were both there. How could we both be there if we're the same person? Yeah. Ask Jimmy. He's seen us separately. He's seen us both. Me and Gene Jackson sat across from Jimmy. And ask Jimmy and tell you, because Lord knows Jimmy Blaylock's never told a lie. So if he says it, it's gospel.
Because Jimmy don't lie. He's a preacher.
I didn't say he's a preacher, but he don't lie. He's a good Christian man, unlike some people on this show right now that I won't say because out of respect, because you're the guest. I've been very nice to you, Joey. Well, I haven't said anything mean like your name matches your face or any of that kind of stuff. Now, have I?
No.
I've been nothing but respectful. And then you keep calling me Gene Jackson. Which Gene Jackson's a fine person. He's a very handsome man, a very intelligent man. He's one of the best people I know, but he ain't me.
Yeah, I choked on that lie, didn't you? But I'm getting a lot of fans calling me here, wanting to know why you're trying to get rid of me. I've had to do a lot of explaining. I told them, I said, look at the petition, all the people that signed, a lot of vote. There's a couple of people that signed is legit.
All of them.
No.
I mean, you should be flattered that people like Alec Baldwin, all he's got going on right now, took the time. Alice Cooper he's on tour, And he still took the time. He felt strongly enough to take the time to sign this here petition. You should think about that. Maybe it is time to hang it up.
It's not time yet, but if I get enough signatures in the committee, if Neil Taylor thinks I need
how many you need? How many signatures do we need? Name a number.
I don't. I'm not doing that now.
Well, you said if they get enough signatures, so you tell me how many signatures we need, and I'll get a campaign going to get more legit signatures, just like we have currently, because every bit of them are real. They're the real deal. And I ain't talking about Neil Taylor neither. I'm talking about a real deal.
What graveyard are you gonna get them out of this time?
I just put the petition up. I ain't got anything to do with the people who decided to sign it. They felt strongly. It was Sunday. They probably prayed about it. And the Lord led them to come and make the decision to tell you that you need to get out of EPW. We ain't saying you can't announce wrestling anywhere. Just go somewhere where me and Jimmy and Nathan and Justin Klein aren't at, I'm sure there's some wrestling show around there you could go announce.
Well,
won't be in our way.
I'm not going anywhere. Y'all may need to be the ones to go somewhere else.
Well, you've already said that if it hits the right number, that you will go away. So I just got to make sure that we get the fans on board and get that right number.
If Neil Taylor wants me to resign, he'll fire me, and I'll get out of the announce table, out from behind it. I know.
I'm pretty sure Neil Taylor's got a price. Neil Taylor ain't always been no choir boy in his career. We all know that, right?
But Neil listens to the fans, and
I don't know when that started, but I don't know where he got off track, because he didn't used to listen to the fans. But I noticed that the other night when I seen him, he's out there yucking it up with the fans and making fun of Hollywood Jimmy. It was disgraceful.
Oh yeah, you're going to be able to see your face and my face, Jimmy's and Nathan's, on WTVA on Saturday mornings at 8:30. Also,
I guarantee you, when the first Whitey episode hits, y'all are going to have the highest ratings y'all ever had on EPW. It's going to go through the roof. People are going to be like, oh my God, Whitey Jenkins was on my TV. They're going to call and tell everybody they know.
But like tonight, you probably don't have higher rating for me on here than you would Justin Klein.
Because you think so?
I tell it like it is, and I love EPW and all the fans, and y'all run them down. They live in trailer park trash and all that, and talking about the champ Trace Hunt and all that. Don't get me wrong. We got some of the greatest talent they are around. I figure we got some of the greatest. All of our guys put their heart and soul into what they do here at EPW.
Such as Fancy Bryce Dancy. He's one of the best wrestlers they got on there. And he ain't hanging out with none of them EPW fans. Not at all. He's too fancy for that. He's too good for that. He's a good wrestler. Right or wrong, is he not a good wrestler?
He is a good wrestler.
Dang right he is. DC. DC's a hell of a wrestler.
Right. And I'm going to tell you about it. Gentleman's got a couple of guys that's good wrestlers also. The Memphis Muscle your guys are in trouble.
No, they ain't worried about them Memphis Muscle heads. They going to beat them, and then they coming for all these other the party up boys. They better get ready, because when the Violent Gentleman gets a hold of them, it ain't going to be a party for them. I guarantee the party will be over, baby. That's what it'll be when they get in there with the Violent Gentleman. That's for sure. Now, let me ask you something. You say you always speak the truth. Is that not what you said a minute ago?
Yep.
Tell me what your problem is with Justin Klein. He's a fine gentleman. He's an upstanding businessman. What is your issue with Mr. Justin Klein?
Well, Justin Klein, he disrespects me when he comes out, and not only that, it's always a handicap match because he always gets involved in a fair match.
I've never seen that happen. I've watched every episode of EPW there's ever been. I've never seen Justin Klein interfere, and it's not politically correct to call it a handicap match. You can't discriminate. So that's kind of a cool thing to say, Joey Gross.
Like a 3-on-2 though.
He leads his men. He tells them what to do. He's a manager, but he never interfered. He never stuck his nose in where it didn't belong. That's just not true. See, here you are again. This is why we got a petition to get you out of EPW. Because again, you're spreading lies, Joey. Don't say that kind of stuff about Justin Klein. I mean, he's an attorney. I mean, he'll sue you.
Well, I mean, I can turn around and counter sue with this false petition he's got going.
What lawyers do you know?
I know a lot of them.
Name one.
Joey Langston.
I don't know who that is. You know who Alexander Shinara is?
What's his name?
You know who that is? That's the biggest attorney in the state of Alabama. He's literally got a billboard every 27 feet in this state, and I'll get him on you if Justin don't get it handled. Out here saying I'm Gene Jackson. Matter of fact, I might just call him when this show's over with. I mean, there's worse people to be compared to, but I mean, damn.
I just really believe you and Whitey Jenkins, Gene Jackson, whatever, Justin Klein and Hollywood Jimmy done got on there and got this big conspiracy about getting all these signatures to get me removed and all that, this petition to get me to resign. And I don't understand it, but you know, I really don't understand it.
Gary Wooldridge has commented, WTF. What's that mean?
Whatever.
I don't know. Tony Mark Bryson Jr. says, Bryce Dancy has my vote. That guy has got it. So, see, there you go. Charles Anders says, go back to talking about the violent gentlemen being talented. So, yeah, go ahead and talk some more about how talented the violent gentlemen are. Now, we don't want no spoilers on here because we want people to watch the show. But tell these people how the violent gentleman beat the living hell out of Brett Michaels and his partner the other night. You ain't got to tell the ending, but just tell everybody how bad Charles Anders and Scott Morgan beat the living hell out of them two jerks.
Well, they beat them down pretty good.
All right, that's all we need to talk about. Anyway, moving on. There you heard it from Joey Gross. Violent gentleman beat down the Memphis Muscle pretty good. So there you go. So when that match comes on in a few weeks, just watch them beat them down. And then there's a technical problem towards the end, so you don't really see the ending. So just when you get about 3/4 of the way through the match, when you see them start trying to do super kicks, just go ahead and change the channel. The show's pretty much over. The ending gets blurred, and it's terrible. So just don't bother watching the end of the show because it doesn't show anything. Nathan Gilchrist says he's just mad Justin Klein's clients are winners and not losers. So there you go.
I don't have any clients there, but I've got a champion in Trace Lee Hunt, you know, a fan favorite. He is the EPW heavyweight champion.
Till Saturday.
Well, that's yet to be determined in that strap match.
Charles Anderson's good job, Joey. You may be a smart man after all. I wouldn't go that far. Let's not get crazy, but
I want to say, whoever's listening, if you don't come to EPW this Saturday night, you're going to miss one heck of a show. I'll tell you that much.
I will tell you that much because we already know that Justin Klein and K-Swiss are not going to allow that to be a fans lumberjack strap match. But we do know that K-Swiss is going to take that championship back. We'll have a champion we can be proud of again. And we don't have to hang our head in shame. Because I know all the EPW fans right now, when folks go, hey, I'll miss a couple weeks EPW. Who's champion right now? They're like, yeah, I don't talk about it. Or anything. They just kind of avoid the subject because nobody wants to tell anybody that Trace Lee Hunt's their champion, right? I mean, who the hell wants to admit to that? So after Saturday, when K-Swiss gets his hand raised, everybody can be, hell yeah, K-Swiss is the champion. He's the best wrestler in the world today, and he's a champion EPW. And Joey Gross will be your champion too, whether you like it or not.
If he wins, he will.
So I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm a fair man. I let you come on the show. Producer Smokey said it was a good idea. I wasn't thrilled about it, but, here you are. For all the people that are on the fence that are getting ready to click that link tonight, that are getting ready to sign that there petition, I'm going to give you a chance to tell them why you think they shouldn't sign the petition to get you fired from EPW.
Well, not only because I love the fans at EPW and I speak the truth, and I will defend EPW through people's cruel comments like Whitey Jenkins and Hollywood Jimmy. And I got one more thing to say about Trace Hunt. He's a fighting champion because he puts the title up each and every time. He's not scared of a challenge, I can tell you that much. But the fans need to know that I'm there for them. I'll speak the truth. I will defend my. And we got the greatest bunch of talent in the bag. Love them or hate them. And I know you over there snoring. Okay, wake up, Gene.
Oh, who's Gene? That's Whitey's here, boy.
You know who Gene is.
I know who he is, but he ain't on this show right now.
Well,
Let me see if he's in the comments here. Let me look down the comments. Hold on. Say something interesting while I'm trying to pull this up here.
I'm going to ask you, if you got some people on the fence, what would you ask them or say to them to get them to sign a petition, since y'all so wanting it signed and want me removed from the show?
I'm glad you asked. I would say watch EPW and listen to Joey Gross just shamelessly cheer for his favorites. Just don't care to try to be down the middle, try to call it down the middle, or give anybody any slack. He just cheers for his favorites, like Trace Hunt, and like who's some of these other ones you like?
The Memphis Muscle.
There you go. You admit there's one. There you admit you play favorites. You should have said I like everybody in EPW. I don't play favorites, but you immediately said Memphis Muscle. I like the Memphis Muscle heads.
It's me, and I'll tell you exactly who. I can go down the line.
Well, we don't care. That's the point I was making right there, folks. He doesn't call it down the middle. He's not honest. He just cheers for the ones he likes, and then he boo-hoos and belly aches when the people lose that he likes, makes excuses, tries to say somebody cheated when clearly they didn't cheat. He tries to make false accusations, like trying to say I'm Gene Jackson when clearly I ain't Gene Jackson. He tries to say that guys like Hollywood Jimmy, who's a good Christian man, is a liar. He tries to disparage Justin Klein and everybody in his stable, and that's not good. And the man in his position should be honest. He should not play favorites, but he does, and that's why you should sign the petition, just like Zombie Gordon Soley did, just like Donald Trump signed the thing, Alice Cooper, Brett the Hitman Hart, and countless other people made their feelings known. They signed a petition, and you can make your feelings known by getting on there, signing the petition, and we can get Gross Joey off your TV every Sunday morning, and he can go somewhere else, or he can stay home, or God forbid, go to church and maybe learn how to be a good man like Jimmy Blaylock.
And say it's okay for y'all to go insult all the wrestlers like Trace Hunt and everything, but I can't say anything about nobody else.
What have I said bad about Trace Hunt other than he's going to lose to K-Swiss? I didn't say that they ought to call him Honey, I Shrunk Kurt Angle. I didn't say anything insulting like that. I just said that K-Swiss is going to beat him like a drum Saturday night and take the title back, and the fans are going to rejoice.
Well, we shall come Saturday night. I promise you that much.
I'm just sad I can't be there to see it, because I would love to see it, but if you want to go ahead and get your tickets, go to EPWWrestlingMS.com. You can, anything you want to know about EPW, you can find their YouTube channel there. You can get tickets. You can buy you a shirt. You can buy you a hat. You can buy you some EPW drawers. Whatever they got, you can get it there at EPWWrestlingMS.com. You got anything you want to plug, Joey? You want to tell people to be your friend on Facebook? You got a Twitter? You got a TikTok or whatever these kids are doing today?
No, but I can say this. If you buy your tickets early, you get them $2 off. And, I mean, everybody that's probably on here has got me on Facebook. That's all I got. I don't have Twitter or nothing. So I don't need it. I'm loved by everybody and hated by few.
I forgot to add, add arrogant to the reasons that people should sign a petition. He's arrogant. Everybody loves me. I'm Joey Gross. Why wouldn't they love me? My God.
I love
have a little bit of humbleness about yourself, boy. Damn. Got me all choked up talking like that. You don't hear me saying everybody loves Whitey. I mean, they do, obviously. But I would never say that because, my God, how forward is that?
I tell you what, y'all fool yourself.
Well, I'm not the one saying everybody's my friend on Facebook because everybody loves me. I'm the best. Goodness, Joey, you ought to be a bad guy. Why are you out there parading around as a good guy when you're all arrogant and Everybody loves old Joey. They already I ain't got to tell my Facebook. They already on there. They done looked me up. Goodness. My goodness. What are you dressing up like Saturday night?
An announcer?
Well, that's going to be a stretch, but maybe you get somebody to believe it.
Oh.
You going to dress up like Whitey Jenkins, then you'll be an announcer. Then you can be a real announcer. Or get you a poofy wig like Nathan Gilchrist has or something. But don't you dress up like Jimmy. Don't you disrespect Hollywood Jimmy, by God. He'll take a fist right up beside your head.
Well, I'm just glad y'all not going to be there.
Well, by God, I can make my way over if you're gonna make it a challenge. Don't make me come over just to prove you wrong. And then I had to shave my hair off so I could come as Joey. And I walk in the door and go, hey, look at me. Everybody loves me. I'm Joey Gross. Everybody likes me on Facebook because I'm the best. I'm Joey. And then I just sit over there on the microphone all night and be, oh, Trace, hon, I love you. You're the best. Oh, Memphis Muscle. I wish I could get in there and be as muscular as you are because you're the best tag team. But I'm not going to come do that. I got better things to do on Halloween the Eve than come try to pretend to be Joey Gross. So enjoy what could be your last night at EPW because once all these signatures come flooding in, Neil Taylor's going to have no choice but to fire you, and then I'll be there full time. It'll be me and Jimmy and Nathan Gilchrist over there, and then we'll call it like it should be. We'll call it down the middle, honest.
Whatever.
Anything else you'd like to say to your adoring fans before we sign off here? All your beloved EPW fans that.
I just want to say we got the great, like I said, we got the greatest fans in the business, and y'all just continuously run them down. And I love each and every one of them, whether they sign a petition or not. But this ain't nothing but a bogus hoax anyway. So I don't know what y'all's game plan is here. But
well, as a host, I have to say thank you for coming on the show. Smokey, the producer, appreciates it, and I reckon I do too. I gave you but you can't say Whitey's not a fair man. I gave you the chance to come on here, say what you had to say, and make a case for yourself. Now it's just up to the fans on how they want to sign that petition, and then it's up to Neil Taylor to do the right thing and fire your ass. So, thank you for coming on. Have a good night down there. Don't eat all the save some of the candy for the children because Nathan said that you're gonna eat up all the candy, and that ain't right. I mean, I don't like the little brats, but you know, you can't eat all the candy, even though they do love you.
No, the insult there before you get off there, huh?
I said they love you. How's that an insult? I mean, everybody does. I mean, we could all only aspire to be as beloved as Joey Gross, EPW famous ring announcer. That everybody, I didn't even bother to look how many. I guess you're probably maxed out. What you got the whole 5,000 friends on there because everybody's your friend.
I just said everybody that was my friend loves me. I didn't say I was maxed out.
Oh, okay. Well, he's got 12 friends, but by God, they love him. So, all right, Joey, we're gonna let you go. You have a good evening now. Enjoy your last days as EPW announcer, and we'll see you soon.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Anytime. There you go. There was Joey Gross, EPW ring announcer. I gave him a chance. So don't nobody say that we're trying to screw him out of his job. I gave him a chance to make a case for himself. He got all arrogant. Everybody loves me. Everybody's my friend. So, hey, whatever, man. But hey, if you like Whitey Jenkins, I'm not gonna say everybody loves me like he did, because that's just plumb arrogant, big-headed. But if you do like old Whitey, go to whiteyjenkins.com. And everything Whitey Jenkins is available there. You can find how to follow me on Twitter and the Facebooks and all that social media crap. You can get on the Cheap Heat TV and watch my videos. You can hear about my training school. All that good stuff is right there to be found on whiteyjenkins.com. And hey, check back here very soon for another episode of your new favorite show, The Whitey Jenkins Show. Thank you for watching.